So, I'm here today with this new segment for the Pro Formers Masters Racing League called Meet the Drivers. And with me today, I have Snips. Hello, Snips.
How are you today, Ike?
I'm good, thank you. Just tell everybody who you drive for.
So I drive for McLaren alongside my teammate Badger,
And your race number is?
number 35.
Number 35. Cool. Okay. Let's get to know a little bit more about you. Thinking about Formula One in general, what was your first memory of Formula One?
So my first memory of Formula One was when Hamilton won his first title.
Was that also your first race that you watched?
Yes, it was. Like he was a driver, but
Have you actually been to a race or any session?
I have not. I do want to go to Silverstone at some point, though, if I ever get the chance.
Yeah, absolutely awesome at Silverstone. So, continuing on the theme what we're just talking about, I think you might have already answered this, but who is your favourite current or past driver?
So my favorite current it's drivers plural,
Okay,
is Lando Norris, who drives for McLaren,
good choice.
and George Russell, who's moving to Mercedes next year.
Right, okay, so both current drivers, both potential champions in the making.
Yep.
So that leads on to the next question. So, who's your favourite current or past team?
I've always been a McLaren fan at heart, hence why I'm driving for them in the league.
Yes. It's good. They've got quite a history, haven't they, going back
They
to
have
the...
got a lot of history.
Yeah, yeah. So it's good to see them doing well.
Ricardo's victory last week, 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, yeah. So he's going to definitely, him and the team are definitely going to be on a high on that one going into Sochi.
Yeah.
So moving away from Formula One in real life, then, what was the first Formula One game you've played?
So my first one is going back to, I believe it was F1 2017.
All right.
I believe. But that's when I was on console. But my favorite one at the moment, I guess, is one of the other questions, is 2021.
Yeah, that was literally the next question. So your favorite F1 game to date is F1 2020. What makes it so different?
It's the whole thing, like the floor damage. It's the whole thing that you've got a lot more damage you've got to worry about, so the car gets affected a lot more. It also gives a lot. It's also a lot closer driving as well.
Yeah.
With this year's cars, I'm looking forward to next year's cars as well. See how they handle.
Absolutely. So you're probably looking forward to F1 2022.
Yes, I am, but I gotta get through this season first, and I'm already loving this season. Even though I haven't had a good start to it, but there's always a rise.
Yeah, there is. Right then. Okay, so last couple of questions then before I let you go, because obviously.
Yeah.
So, how did you find out about the league? Pro Formers
So
Masters
it's
Racing
actually via your channel from one of the old owners, Lotus.
All right.
The league.
Simple as that. Just by watching.
Yeah. Well, I got discussing with you how that I like Formula One.
Yeah.
And then when Lotus was watching your streams, he asked if I wanted to join the league. So that's where I picked it up, and I've been racing since 2019.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, 2019. That's when the league started. And so the final question then: what is your best race to date?
Probably the 100% at Portimao. To be honest.
We were badgering you on that one, weren't we? A little bit.
Yeah, but it's a start of hopefully an uphill spiral. Hopefully with that win. Well, not that win, but that actual finish.
It was quite a good. I mean, you started on the hard tires.
Yes, I did.
And Neo and I reckoned you could go on to around about 40 something on those tires.
Yeah, well, I got a bit of too much understanding at the end of the stint, so I had to stop earlier.
Okay, and you went onto the softs then, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to make another stop because of front wing damage.
Was the medium tire not an option for you?
No. Well, I had to stop when it was 16 laps to go, so I just jumped on the second pair of softs after the first set. But I didn't have any mediums because I used them in the qualifying.
Yeah. So that is definitely your best race to date.
Yes, especially after the whole downward spiral I've had from after Hungary.
Onwards and upwards then, Snips.
Onwards and upwards, hopefully.
All right then, Snips. I'll let you go.
Yep.
So
Thank you.
we've got Sochi at the weekend. Have a good race.
I'm gonna try and carry on this recovery rate, this redemption.
Yes,
I
like I
should
say, if you can qualify and finish a 100% race, you can certainly qualify well and finish
Yep.
50% race.
Hopefully.
All right then,
good luck.
Snips. That's fantastic.
Take care, my friend. Take
All right.
care.
Bye bye for now.